In this video, I will be talking to you about a passive income monster and possibly one of my biggest high conviction plays of 2022. My name is Kieran. Subscribe if you want to get an unfair advantage in the cryptocurrency space. We will be diving into Stargate Finance. Stargate Finance opens the door to a new generation of DeFi through multi-chain. Imagine if you could earn passive income on your stablecoins and move these stablecoins from one chain to another instantly. That's what Stargate Finance allows you to do. Make sure you check out the timestamps. In this video, I'll be going over the Stargate bull thesis, why it's one of my high conviction plays. I'll also show you how you can actually buy Stargate or acquire in another way. We'll look at how you can actually do multi-chain stable swaps, which are really fast and really cheap. Then last but not least, how you can actually earn 20% on stables. And this is not only on one chain, but it's multi-chain. And this is incredible. There are not many options to earn 20% plus on USDC or USDT. Very exciting. You might have actually heard about Stargate, but you're not really sure what it is. Basically, Stargate is a fully composable liquidity transport protocol that lives at the heart of omni-chain DeFi. Quite a lot of fancy words, but what does that actually mean and how can you actually benefit from that? Well, composable liquidity transport protocol means you can actually use dApps and move native assets from one layer 1 or layer 2 to another layer 1, layer 2 really fast and cost efficient. And all this happens with instant guaranteed finality. What that basically means is as soon as one transaction is confirmed, it's also confirmed on the receiving chain. Meaning if you send USDC from Avalanche, as soon as your transaction is confirmed on Avalanche, you will receive the funds on Arbitrum, which is a layer 2. So what can you actually do with Stargate Finance? Well, you can do many different things. You can transfer assets, so you can do native assets cross-chain swaps, meaning moving assets from one layer 1 or layer 2 to another layer 1 or layer 2, really cheap, really fast. You can actually earn Stargate tokens, which are governance tokens, by depositing USDC, USDT, and other stable coins in their liquidity pools. You can also actually add liquidity into the pools in order to earn stablecoin rewards on every Stargate transfer. So you're getting a part of the revenue. And then you can also stake these STG tokens, and by staking these STG tokens you can receive VSTG. These can possibly bring a lot more benefits than are currently available, so maybe also reward sharing or something similar to that. So you might be wondering, why is Stargate so useful and why is it actually revolutionary? So users can actually use dApps and assets across chain without the headaches of bridging, and it's really fast. Normally you have to move assets from one chain to another, and you might not be sure if the assets that you're moving actually arrive. So with this Stargate Finance platform, which is based on layer 0 technology, you can actually do cross-chain asset swaps, cross-chain asset lending and borrowing, and farming. So you can basically farm on another chain than the one that you're actually using at the moment. So you could be actually farming Avalanche projects, but from within the Phantom ecosystem. It's a bit of a brain fog, but it's incredible. In other words, you can probably stay on the Arbitrum ecosystem, but take advantage of cross-chain farming on Avalanche or Solana, which is something that's not been seen before in the DeFi space. Now you might be wondering, why exactly is Stargate different? What is the advantage that you get through Stargate Finance? Well, first of all, it's the first bridge. It's not just a fork of another project, it's a completely new technology. It's the first bridge to solve the bridging trilemma. Existing bridges are forced to make trade-offs on the following core bridge features. So the instant guaranteed finality is what I just mentioned before, is an important aspect. You're not really sure what happens when you move the funds between two ecosystems. During the transition, it could be that these funds get lost, but Stargate Finance has instant guaranteed finality. That means if the transaction is confirmed on the first chain, that means you actually received the transaction on the second chain. You're using native assets, not wrapped assets. Users and applications swap in native assets as opposed to wrapped assets that require additional swaps to acquire the desired asset and corresponding fee. This is incredibly useful as native assets have more security to them. Unified liquidity, shared access to a single liquidity pool across multiple chains creates deeper liquidity for users and decentralized applications that trust in bridges reliability. By the way, if you actually want to get an even bigger unfair advantage in the cryptocurrency space, I highly recommend that you join the DeFi Academy, where we post weekly technical and on-chain analysis. You get on-chain alerts showing you when whales are buying and selling, as well as some awesome alpha information. We actually posted about Stargate Finance, that is one of the hottest contracts in the space, on the 18th of March. There it was trading at around 60 or 70 cents. So highly recommend join the DeFi Academy. Link is in the description below. There's also an awesome community that I'm sure you enjoy. Now let's talk about the tokenomics, as that might be something that is worrying people, as the current STG token allocation is rather high at 1 billion tokens. But don't worry, because most of these tokens are actually locked and the current circulating supply is much lower than 1 billion tokens, meaning that the price of STG can actually rise quite a bit, especially if you compare STG, Stargate Finance with some of the competitors like Torchain or even Cosmos ecosystem. So if we look at the STG tokenomics, at some point there will be 1 billion tokens, but that will be probably a few years from now on. At the moment, there's around 70 million tokens. And these 70 million tokens valued at $2.60 is a probably $180 million market cap. Now you might be wondering, is it a good time to actually buy into the project? Well, of course, I can't tell you if the price is going to go up or down, but it did have a bit of a rally and now it's correcting. So me personally, I will be buying at the following price points. But before I share that with you, drop a like if you're enjoying this video. It helps up with the analytics. Now, if you look at the charts on DEX Screener, STG USDC, the price actually went all the way up to $4.20 over the last few days, and now it dropped quite a bit. So me personally, I would be actually buying more tokens between $2.80 and $2. So I feel like if the price drops all the way down to the $2 range, that would be a fantastic price point where I would actually be buying a lot more tokens. Let me actually show you how and where you can buy STG tokens. Now you can go onto coingecko.com and then search for Stargate Finance in the search bar. Then you scroll down below, click on markets, and you see all of the markets that are available. So if you want to buy it on exchange, you can buy it on FTX or on KuCoin or on Mexi Global. Me personally, I do like KuCoin the most. So if you want to get it on an exchange, KuCoin is probably the best option. Now, if you actually want to get it on a decentralized exchange, I recommend that you go to dexscreener.com to find the best decentralized exchanges where STG is actually available. In the search bar, you actually look for STG, and then you'll find all of the decentralized exchanges. Now, the thing that you want to look at is, first of all, you see here on the on the left hand side the DEX. So this is Uniswap. You see the liquidity and the volume. You definitely want to select an exchange with a lot of liquidity. So Uniswap is definitely a good option, but you'll be paying high gas fees on the Ethereum ecosystem. If you want to actually save on gas fees, I highly recommend that you buy STG on Arbitrum. If you scroll down below, you see STG is also available on the Arbitrum ecosystem, which is an Ethereum layer 2. And here the liquidity is much higher. It's at $3.2 million. So if you want to use Balancer on Arbitrum, you click on this selection, you see the chart, and then if on the right hand side, you can actually click on Trade on Balancer, and this will actually open up this pop-up. if you want, you can also just go to Balancer homepage. So first things first, make sure that you're using the Arbitrum ecosystem on MetaMask. So click here, switch network. This will switch my MetaMask to Arbitrum. Click on switch network. If you need an Arbitrum tutorial, I highly recommend that you watch my previous tutorials on how to get started with Arbitrum. Then as soon as you've got USDT on Arbitrum, you actually type in the amount of USDT that you'd like to use, like for example $100. It will tell you how much STG you would get, 35. Click on preview and then swap, and that will actually allow you to buy STG tokens using USDT. Let me show you how you can move stablecoins from one ecosystem to another really fast and really cheap. So go to stargate.finance and connect with your MetaMask wallet. Now make sure that you're gonna have some tokens for both ecosystems, because you're gonna have to pay for gas fees, especially if you move, for example, USDT to Phantom. You're gonna need Phantom on the Phantom ecosystem in order to pay for gas fees. Then click on transfer, and you can actually move stablecoins, USDC, USDT, as well as the Stargate Finance governance token from the following ecosystems: from Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, Matic, Arbitrum, Optimism, and Phantom. And we're going to be moving USDT from Arbitrum to Avalanche. So you just select the network where you want to receive the token. So you want to select Avalanche and make sure it's USDT. But if you need USDC, you can also select USDC on the receiving ecosystem. But I want USDT as I want to participate in a project on the Avalanche ecosystem. So I am connected. I have $2,000 that I would like to move from Arbitrum to ecosystem. So like select max, and it tells me how much I will receive. The fee is super low, $1.14 in order to move my stablecoins from Arbitrum to AVAX. And this is just incredible. This is way lower than other competitors. So just click on confirm transfer. I'm gonna have to pay this fee, really low fee. If you scroll up, you see how long it actually takes to move from our Arbitrum to the AVAX ecosystem. Here it says 4 minutes and 41 seconds. Sometimes it goes through much faster. Let's see how long this is going to take. Alright, it's already completed. It took around 30 seconds. So even though it says 4 minutes and 30 seconds, it normally goes through much faster. So if I actually switch this, as you can see, I've got $1,999 on the Avalanche ecosystem. So as you can see, it's super easy to move stablecoins from one chain to the other using Stargate.finance. Let me show you how you can actually earn a super high APY on your stablecoin using Stargate.finance. So go to Stargate.finance/farm, make sure your MetaMask is connected. And then here you can actually click on top farms, and you see all of the farms allow you to actually earn passive income on USDC, USDT, on different ecosystems. So you've got Matic, Avalanche, Arbitrum. The APY fluctuates. Now it went down a little bit. As you can see, like a crazy amount of stablecoins has been flowing into these different pools. But even though that much liquidity is in the pools, the APY is still really high. 17% on USDT on Matic, 16% USDC on Optimism. It is incredible. So I've got some stablecoins on Avalanche. So I'm actually going to deposit that. Now what I can actually do is just click here on available. And here you see all of the farms are available. I can actually select the Avalanche ecosystem. And then here I can see I can actually earn 16.6% on my USDT on Avalanche. Just click on this. So this step is a little bit more confusing. What you're going to have to do is not click on pool, click on USDT AVAX, and then you're going to add your USDT to this AVAX USDT pool. And I'll just click on max and then click on approve. I'm going to have to switch to the Avalanche mainnet. Then I confirm the transaction. Perfect, that's done. So as soon as the USDT has been added to the AVAX pool, I can actually add this LP token to the USDT farm. Now, Traditionally, LPs have been with 2 tokens. Here is a single-sided LP. So I just click on USDT AVAX, and then I can stake my $2,000 that were added to the pool. I just click on max and then approve. As a quick recap, make sure that the stablecoins are first added to the stablecoin pool, and then in a second step you actually add those tokens into the farms and the respective farm. That's how easy it is to earn super high APY on your stablecoin using Stargate.finance. So if you click on farming, you can actually look at your pending rewards. The APY varies depending on how high the STG token is. So this can also be a much easier way to acquire more STG tokens without the risk of buying these STG tokens and they drop like 30% in value. What you can do is you can actually just deposit your stable coins into the farming section and you can receive these STG tokens as rewards. So it's a much more secure way to accumulate more STG tokens. That was it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you want more videos like this. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.